Hi everybody, welcome to Still the Mom's Word of the Week. Today is March 17th, 2022. This month we are talking about the wind of God and who is the Holy Spirit. And if you've watched the other videos, you know that I chose this topic because March is typically a windy month. So the Holy Spirit guides us is what I want to talk about today. So, gone are the days of paper maps, but I sure do remember my dad stopping the car, pulling out his map, and working to figure out where we were and how far we had to go. Maps were especially helpful when one found himself in the middle of a small town that was unfamiliar, and I honestly have a memory of that happening with my dad. So now we have a GPS navigation in our cars, and we have that on our phones, and we don't pull our paper maps out anymore. Sure, the GPS is very convenient because we can keep our eyes on the road and we can listen to the cues for each turn. We don't have to stop and pull the map out. However, one thing I believe we've lost is the ability to see the larger picture of where we are and where we're going. With the paper map, we saw the entire state or even the entire United States, all with one lingering look. Now, we don't necessarily know what's ahead. We know only what the GPS tells us is next. With Holy Spirit as our navigation guide, our GPS, our pilot, our tour guide, or whatever you want to call him in this capacity, we can see both the big picture and we can see each small turn or shift. Or sometimes that's hearing. We don't always see, but some of us hear that from the Holy Spirit. But seeing the big picture gives us comfort as we discover where our lives fit, while knowing only the next step will keep us humble and dependent upon God as we journey. Is there a Bible passage that confirms Holy Spirit as one who guides us like a map or a GPS through life? I can think of at least one off the top of my head, and it's a familiar couple of verses, but I want to read those for you. Proverbs 3:5 and 6 from the Passion Translation tells us this: "Trust in the Lord completely and do not rely on your own opinions. With all your heart, rely on Him to guide you, and He will lead you in every decision you make. Become intimate with Him in whatever you do, and He will lead you wherever you go." Holy Spirit GPS is different from our phone GPS in that we don't simply input where we want to go and the GPS spits out a route. With Holy Spirit GPS, we must trust Him to know where we should go, allowing Him to guide us in every decision, as those two verses told us. Again, that means that we will not always know either the destination or the path, but we know the path maker. For one who loves to be in control, and maybe you're the same, this method of GPS could be both scary and maddening, but for someone who loves mysteries, also me, and maybe you, as I do love them, we believe adventure lies ahead and we're excited to get started on the journey. May I alert the control people to a truth, if you will allow me? Whether you go kicking and screaming, or whether you humbly submit, God is taking you to a certain place. Either way, you're going where you are going. So please learn to trust. It will be easier on you in the end, I promise. And this is coming from someone who has done it both ways, so you're not alone. So where are we going? We're going to a place where we look more and more like Jesus. Our character is being formed. Our gifts are being discovered and honed. We are learning to love, to trust, and to forgive. We are finding true joy, hope, and peace. And this is only the tip of the iceberg of what we will experience on this journey. If you're still not sure whether you should rest in the journey, allow me to share a quote from a woman who suffered terrible atrocities at a prison camp during the Jewish Holocaust. When a train goes through a tunnel and it gets dark, you don't throw away the ticket and jump off. You sit still and you trust the engineer. And that's a quote by Corrie ten Boom. If a woman who survived a torturous prison camp can confidently say this about our spiritual engineer, God, then I believe you and I can learn to trust him as well. I want to leave you with this one final verse from Psalm 56:3 in the Passion Translation. But in the day that I'm afraid, I lay all my fears before you and trust you with all my heart. Now, if you've enjoyed this video today, please like it. Please share it with your friends. If you haven't done so yet, would you please subscribe to the channel? And then I want to invite you to go to www.stillthemom.com, scroll down to the bottom, and would you sign up for my weekly emails? You're going to get some encouragement to your inbox, but you're also going to receive an invitation to our March 22nd prayer call. That's a 6:30 on a Tuesday night, and so far we have been having the best time together. We'd really love for you to join us for that. Thank you for being with me today, and I'll see you next time.